straight day of rain. And it looks like
Any of you guys have that thing when you wake up in the morning and see the rain and cry?
Welcome to my first ever review of King of the Hill. I plan on reviewing all of the episodes eventually, but I figured I'd start with this one about the flood, because horrible weather seems to have been the norm across the country lately. Anyways, and I'm sorry about the weird mythological ice cream cone, but until I find a new mascot, just get used to it, because this is gonna be it for a while. Okay, let's get started. The episode starts by setting the scene. 4 days of rain have caused flooding, forcing the citizens to take shelter in the school gymnasium. Of course, Hank is prepared and has had training to be the shelter leader.
The flood's coming! Why are you all just standing around? We've got to get to the shelter!
Bobby, I need you to calm down. You know I'm Red Cross certified to be the shelter leader, and I promise you everything is going to be okay.
It's like God took our picture before he kills us.
I will never think about thunder and lightning the same way again. These are the Sufanosin phones. You know what? I tried to say their name like 10 times. That's going to have to be good enough. Anyways, they are the Laotian immigrants from California who are the stereotypical hardworking Asians. And they also happen to be, well, the parents happen to be very anti-redneck. So they butt heads with a lot of the rest of the cast most episodes. They are often the antagonists, so it's weird that they are in a lot of ways some of my favorite characters. And I'm surprised that they often have very pragmatic viewpoints.
There's our chance to get prime real estate. But where?
On a completely unrelated side note, I am absolutely in love with that voice actress. She plays a few characters in King of the Hill and Futurama. She's absolutely amazing.
I always thought I'd die in this gym.
Sorry, that joke was just too good not to put in. And this is where one of the two main points of conflict of the episode start. I will let T. Beck Minzemeyer, or something like that, explain it for me.
All right, listen, this is T. Beck Minzemeyer with the Upper Brazos River Authority. The storm's knocked out all our remote sensors, so I'm gonna need your help.
Sir, I have mentally rehearsed many emergency talk-through scenarios. Go ahead.
I just want to vent about that for 1 second. Why does he think mentally rehearsing it would prepare him at all for that real-life situation? I understand mentally rehearsing things is part of preparation, but it definitely would not come close to completely preparing you. It's just like those people who watch some kind of professional sport on TV and think that they could play that sport better just because they watch it done a lot.
Okay, check the monitors. Do you see any damage to the face of the dam?
Oh, God, I am seeing some hairline cracks, yes.
That's okay, they're always there. But if they start getting too big, you'll have to open the floodgate.
I could open it now just to be safe.
No! I mean, no. The rain could still let up. Open that floodgate now and a dozen homes and businesses are gone.
Oh, okay, I won't open the floodgate.
Now don't get bullheaded about it. Keep the gate closed too long and the dam could break. All of South Arlen would be destroyed.
This seems like the exact kind of thing that I would have a nightmare about.
Okay, so I'll open the floodgate, but only if...
Look, I got a bass boat stuck in a turbine at the LBJ Dam. You're just gonna have to use your best judgment on this.
I want to vent again for just 1 second. A boat stuck in a turbine? I don't think that's nearly as big of a deal as destroying half the town. I mean, and the guy is the river authority. To make another sports analogy, I think this should basically be his Super Bowl. So, I mean, he should give a little more attention to the guy who has the power in his hands to destroy half the town. Anyways.
You thought you might be getting hungry.
I could eat.
Nice. You'll make sure these get inside, right?
Hey, there's food! The army guys got food for us!
That smells delicious.
Who's in charge here?
I don't know. I guess the army guy.
And here is how the second piece of conflict starts in the story. Bill should not be the leader of anything. And even though I was giving Hank a hard time earlier, Hank would do a much better job than Bill as shelter leader. And Hank is in way over his head at the dam, but Hank actually was prepared to be the shelter leader. And as you have seen and will continue to see, Bill is not going to do a good job, and he is not fit to be leader of anything.
Good Lord, are the cracks getting bigger?
Open the floodgate. floodgate and a dozen homes and businesses are gone. Or the dam breaks and all of South Arlen will be destroyed.
Oh, God, what do I do? I don't know. I don't know.
This is what I was saying earlier. T-Beck Ninsemeyer, or whatever his name was, he left Hank in a horrible position. How is Hank supposed to know what to do without any practice or training or experience in this? I also love how they're showing the ridiculous difference in their situations.
Cherry?
I love Cherry. Good call, Bill.
I just want to say, Hank did make the correct decision with the minimal amount of information he was given. It's just like the trolley car experiment in psychology. It's better to actively harm a fewer amount of people rather than passively let harm come to a larger amount of people. Even though he didn't need to open the gate at all, we'll see that later. But morally, he made the correct decision.
Shelter Leader Dautrieve here. Mm-hmm. Now see. People, I've just been informed that a wall of water from Tutreppy Dam has destroyed several homes on River Oaks Drive and may have reached the new outlet mall.
We live on River Oaks.
My father-in-law mall walks at that mall.
It depresses me how accurately that describes some branches of humanity.
There, it was horrible. But at least I was able to save South Arlen.
How'd you do that?
Well, I opened the floodgate to relieve the pressure on the dam.
Wait, you opened the floodgate?
He's the Arlen Flooder.
No, listen. I was watching the cracks. They went from hairline cracks to very thick hairline cracks.
Hank, I went to bat for you. An excuse like that makes us both look bad.
I already told you, the dam had cracks.
Every dam has cracks, stupid.
You tell him, Everett. Everett's been working at that dam for 20 years, and we never lost a single home on his watch.
Everett? Wait a minute, you're the guy who abandoned his post.
Hey, don't make this about Everett.
Okay, the two pieces of conflict are starting to come together to become one. And this is where Khan and Min Susan phone, however you say it, start to try to figure out how to get the power. And this is why I like them, because they are ambitious and they're relatable, kind of, but they just take everything way too far. Anyways, they realize that Bill has the power because he has the phone. So they just have to control Bill, so then they can control the phone to control the power.
Mm-hmm. Beef stroganoff? I'll inform my people.
Isn't that like the president reading a school lunch menu? Surely a man in your position has more global concerns.
Well, I could use someone to...
I'll get Bullhorn.
I was about to say it's not a bad plan, and it makes sense, but the end goal is to take over a flood shelter, so a little bit too far.
Dang it, someone's got to snap this place into shape. These are for emergencies. The electricity could go off at any moment.
Hey, why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Okay, we just had lunch. We're supposed to be rationing our food in case supplies get interrupted.
Now, it might seem like Hank is being a little unnecessarily strict, and normally he is, but in this case I don't think so, because he has some good points. If the power goes out, they're going to be in trouble. And if they run out of food, they're really going to be in trouble, because they don't know how long this rain and this flood is going to last.
Dang it, Bill, you can't be monkeying around with the emergency phone. Suppose the EOC is trying to get through with important information.
I was going to say I don't know what EOC is, but then I realized it's on Bill's vest. I would imagine it's emergency something. I don't know.
But you can't be trusted with our only lifeline to the outside world.
Let go, Hank! Stop it! You're creating a panic. Khan! Khan, get your men.
Khan has men?
Take Hank to the cage.
There's a cage?
Come on!
And now the two conflicts have officially converged into one. And this is turning out to basically be the flood version of Lord of the Flies.
Parents, tell your children they can sleep soundly tonight. Shelter Leader Dautrieve has locked up the Arlen Flooder.
That pisses me off so much, I can't even begin to describe it. Anyways, Bill really becomes drunk with power and throws Khan in the cage with Hank. So then Hank and Khan decide that they have to work together to try to figure out how to break out of the cage together. While breaking out, Khan unfortunately turns on Hank and gives him up and rats him out, basically. Bill pulls Hank to the side, and Hank decides to use this as his opportunity to try to confront Bill and talk some sense into him. But while he is trying to talk some sense into him, Bill lets this slip.
This rain is going to stop sometime, and when it does... Oh, Bill, did it already stop?
It's still muggy out.
I would be so mad if I was stuck in that gymnasium longer than I had to be.
Bill, you got lucky. The flood ended before we used up all our food and toilet paper, but now it's time to do your job. The goal of a shelter leader is to get these people out of the shelter and back to their real lives.
But my real life sucks.
I think they tried to pull the pity card so we can both not absolutely be so pissed at Bill, but also kind of see where he's coming from. But I don't care how much they pull the pity card. I would be so mad at him. I am so mad at him, and he's not even a real person. And also, I think that just goes to show how strong Hank's moral compass is and how strong his character is. Because he's able to somehow forgive him. I would be so mad.
When I first... The flood is over.
Wow, the Armageddon is beautiful.
Oh, and is this yours?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Flutter.
It's going to be a beautiful sunset.
Yep, it is. You should have seen the rainbow yesterday.
Well, that was King of the Hill, so I hope you enjoyed it. And this was also my first review, so I hope you enjoyed that too. Because there's going to be a lot more coming. And there's probably also going to be a lot more weird magical ice cream cone coming as well.